Hey guys, Anders here. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over everything you need to know and nothing you don't need to know about the Season 2 patch, specifically the actual patch notes, because I've already made a video going over the content that's being added, but I'll go over it very briefly in this video for those that don't know. I already made a video about it, so I'll link that in the description if you want to know more in-depth information about it. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for hitting 30,200 subscribers, and I can tell you with certainty that the 30,000 subscriber special is coming, and it should be ready within 1 or 2 weeks' time. So let's just get started with things. First of all, if you don't know what's in Season 2, here's a very quick overview of it. There's a new map in Stranded, a new specialist in Charlie Crawford, a new vehicle, EBLC RAM. The other vehicle is actually not available at the release of the patch. You're going to have to wait for that thing to actually be released. It's the Polaris little transport vehicle. The new weapons, AM40, Avances, and PF51. Those are an assault rifle, LMG, and fully automatic sidearm. New gadget in the concussion grenade. New vault weapons from Portal, M16A3, M60E4. New battlefield portal weapons, M2 carbine, Bren LMG, M95, M249 SAW, and AEK 971. New feature assignments, and of course, new 100 tier battle pass. Okay, now that I did a speedrun recap of what's actually happening with Season 2 content-wise, let's actually go over the changes. First change I want to address is that there will be a new home screen which offers a single overview of all available game modes. And speaking of game modes, Rush is now a permanent available game mode in Battlefield 2042 as the base game. So I'm not sure why this took them 9 months to figure out, or 10 months, or whatever it is, but Rush is a permanent game mode, and hopefully it won't be removed even though it says it's permanent. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section down below if anything was broken by this patch, or just, you know, your general thoughts about this patch, because when you're watching this video, the patch will be available to play. Moving on to the general changelog section, where right off the bat, here's a controversial change which I completely disagree with personally. Quote, you told us that you wanted to experience Breakthrough and Rush as both an attacker and defender while playing. We have made a change where after end of round, you now automatically switch teams and play the same map on the opposing side before switching maps. So let me get this straight. Say we load into Exposure, and let's say get put on defense and we win the game and the game's over. So you're telling me that I have to play Exposure Attacker to switch to a different map? In my opinion, this change is completely unneeded, and I'm not sure who they're referring to when they say, you told us that you want to experience this. I don't know who is telling you guys this, and I think this change will only result in people leaving the game after they complete the first round, regardless if it's attack or defense, because people are just going to want to play a different map. They're going to leave the server and then re-queue to try to play a different map. And this is something I would love to hear from you guys. Tell me in the comments section, do you think this change is good for the game, bad for the game? What is your opinion on this? Moving on to the Battlefield Portal section, all Battlefield 1942 weapons in Portal will now have optic attachment options. They have added a new template called Custom Conquest in Portal for you guys to mess around with. They fixed an issue where people were not able to spawn on spawn beacons, and they added some new rules to the rules editor. In the gadget section, they made it so incendiary fire grenades, and I believe this means 40mm incendiary and just a normal throwable, can now damage both your teams and your enemy's deployables. So I really don't understand this change again. But I'm sure, you know, just grief your teammates with incendiary grenades. That's fine. Moving on to maps. They fixed a bunch of things regarding like clipping issues and invisible walls in the map section. Soldier, they added incidental animations that are apparently only visible to your teammates. These incidental animations are things like tripping and then brushing up against a wall or something like that and putting your arm out. And, you know, I guess they're just a little visual upgrade and makes the characters feel like they're in the situation that you see them in. And another very important change mentioned in the soldier section is that they have improved the hitboxes for soldiers in the prone position. In the specialist section, there is basically just a bunch of bug fixes, but there are some interesting changes, such as Pike damaging a soldier in a vehicle seat will now personally spot the entire vehicle for herself. So that's certainly interesting considering Pike is already cheating as it is. In the vehicle section, a lot of it is minor bug fixes, but there are some vehicle-specific changes, namely to the Wildcat and the Stealth helicopters, most notably, the Wildcat has seen a bit of a nerf. They made it so tank shells basically do more damage against the Wildcat, and now takes 3 hits to be destroyed if you're trying to kill a main battle tank, and they nerfed the range on the air-to-ground missiles to try to make the focus of this vehicle on air rather than sort of an all-around destroy-everything vehicle. Speaking of an all-around destroy-everything vehicle, let's talk about the stealth helicopter changes. They have finally nerfed the 30mm cannon blast damage from 24 to 16, and they state that this change helps further reduce the pressure on infantry. I certainly hope so, considering the stealth heli is a bit of a menace still. And when you combine the 30mm cannon nerf with the nerf to the repair system and the nerf to the overall armor and survivability of the stealth helicopter, I definitely think that these things will be a little easier to deal with. And lastly, in the vehicle section, a new damage zone has been added to the cockpit area of the Condor and the Superhind. This zone is the most vulnerable part of these vehicles now, and if you want to take one out, aim for the cockpit. Now, moving on to the weapons section, this is where things take a bit of a wild turn, and like, it's almost what the fuck are you doing tier when you do the math on some of these things. And the changes I'm referring to are the fact that, number one, they increased the assault rifle's headshot multiplier. So it's going from 2 times damage on a headshot to 2.15 times damage on a headshot. And when you do the math on this, if you're using the Scar, you can normally 2-shot someone in the head, if they're not wearing armor, out to 75 meters. But with the new headshot multiplier that is higher at 2.15, you can 2-shot someone at 75 meters that is wearing armor and at full HP, because the difference between 2x and 2.15x on the headshot multipliers for the Scar and other 28 damage weapons is it goes from 56 to 60.2. So yeah, you can basically 2-shot people in the head that are wearing armor with assault rifles. And then we move on to the SMG changes, which this makes even fucking less sense in my opinion, because I don't think the assault rifle headshot multipliers needed to be increased, but this definitely didn't need to happen, or I just think this change is more severe. They've reduced the SMG headshot multiplier from 2 to 1.25. This change means that instead of, say, 3-shotting someone in the head point blank with the K30, you have to shoot them 5 times in the head with the K30. And I'll go a little more in depth on damage after I rant about this, because here's their reasoning for this. And I quote, "We feel this change reflects the role of SMGs. They are not weapons that should reward accuracy versus other weapon types." End quote. And I sat here reading this roughly 15 times trying to see if I was misinterpreting it, trying to see if, I just didn't read it correctly or something like that. I'd like to think that I can read, and they seriously wrote this sentence. I'm going to say it again. They are not weapons that should reward accuracy versus other weapon types. That is complete fucking bullshit, and I'll tell you why. Accuracy being rewarded is not dictated by the weapons you're using in the game. If you are accurate and you are hitting your shots, you should be rewarded regardless of whatever weapon type you're using. If I can track someone in the head with a submachine gun from 50 meters, 10 meters, 100 meters, I should be rewarded with the necessary kill or damage that I did hit because I hit it, I wasn't missing, I was accurate, and I deserved to get that damage or the kill. So this statement from them, they're just fucking deranged. But now that I'm done with that, let's actually explain what this does for some of these submachine guns. So I'll use the K30 just for an example. So now with the K30 at point blank range with this new headshot multiplier, you have to shoot someone in the head 5 times to kill them. You have to shoot them in the body 6 times. So going for headshots only rewards you with 1 less bullet to kill on a target, which just doesn't feel right. I did the math on this, and a headshot multiplier of 1.5 times makes a lot more sense, because the way the math works out on that is the headshot is now a 4 bullet to kill rather than a 5 bullet to kill. It just opens the gap up, rewarding accuracy a little more. And I do agree that 2 times headshot multipliers on submachine guns is pretty high, but I don't think it should be as low as 1.25 times either. And if you thought the extremely strange changes in the weapons section stopped there, let's take a look at the BSV-M section real quick. So, okay, they increased the recoil for the BSV-M. Okay, fine. That makes complete sense. And they state for the reasoning, full auto capabilities of the BSV-M should be viable when transitioning to a close quarter situation, but should not outperform the semi-auto capabilities. And on top of that, they added tracers to the BSV-M's high power and close combat ammo, so you can better see where you're getting shot from, and you can also better see where you're shooting when you're using the weapon. Now, funnily enough, that isn't all the changes. There was another very important change to the BSV-M that wasn't even listed in this section. It's actually above it, and here it is. The player no longer gets spotted while shooting with either the Ghostmaker, which is the crossbow, or the BSV-M. So you are no longer on the radar when you're using the BSV-M. This is insane. The weapon was already overtuned even after the nerfs. Now you're not on the radar? Holy shit. What is the point of using any other weapon? You can like 3-shot anyone across the map, does insane damage, still really accurate. Now you're not on the radar, just for free because the devs made it that way. I don't understand. And to top this video off with a hot one, they made the Model 44 revolver a 2-shot in the chest out to 100 meters. Because weapon balance, ladies and gentlemen. Weapon balance. Pocket sniper, here we come. So, yeah. In my opinion, this patch is more negative than positive in terms of the actual changes. The content that Season 2 is bringing is going to be positive, I think. But the patch notes that I'm reading here are just shit. Like, these are not changes that I want to see in the game. So definitely let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And, oh, and by the way, speaking of a change that I actually want to see in the game, the mouse input is still not fixed. So, yeah, fix the mouse input, fix the mouse input, fix the mouse input. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel and fix the fucking mouse input. Thank you.